The message was only a few words long, but it would change 2 lives forever. Late at night, inside a luxurious private jet flying quietly above the clouds, Billionaire CEO Daniel Carter sat alone at a polished table, scrolling through the endless notifications on his phone. Deals, investments, meetings, his life was a constant stream of business decisions worth millions. The cabin lights were dim, and the soft hum of the engines filled the silence. Daniel was used to this world of comfort and control, where almost anything could be solved with money. But then a message popped up that made him stop scrolling. It wasn't from a business partner or an assistant. It was from an unknown number. The text read, "I'm sorry to bother you. I got this number from the charity page you funded. I'm a single mom and my baby hasn't had formula since this afternoon. I have no money until next week. I'm scared and don't know what to do." Daniel stared at the message longer than he expected. At first, he assumed it was spam or someone trying to trick him. Billionaires receive thousands of requests like this every year. But something about the wording felt painfully real. The desperation in those words didn't sound like a scam, it sounded like a mother who had reached the end of her options. He opened the contact information attached to the charity website where his number was listed for emergency support. The program was supposed to help struggling parents, but Daniel had never personally answered any messages before. That was usually handled by his staff. For a moment he considered ignoring it and letting the team handle it in the morning. But then he imagined a hungry baby crying through the night while a young mother sat helplessly beside the crib. Daniel typed back quickly, "Where are you right now?" Within seconds the reply came. "At the airport waiting area. I was supposed to take a bus home, but my baby started crying and I couldn't leave. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have messaged you." Daniel looked out the window of the jet. Far below, the city lights looked like tiny stars scattered across the earth. His plane was already halfway to another state for a business conference worth millions. Turning around would be expensive and inconvenient. The pilot had already announced they were cruising smoothly. But Daniel kept thinking about the baby. Without another word, he pressed the call button beside his seat. A flight attendant approached politely. "Yes, Mr. Carter." Daniel looked at her calmly and said something she had never heard before during a flight. "Please inform the pilot, we need to turn the plane around." Minutes later the cockpit confirmed the new course. The jet slowly changed direction, heading back toward the airport they had just left. Daniel grabbed his coat and replied to the message again. "Stay where you are. I'm coming." On the other side of the airport terminal, 24-year-old Emma sat quietly in a plastic chair, holding her tiny baby boy close to her chest. Her eyes were tired from crying, and her phone battery was nearly dead. When she read the message, she assumed it was a joke. Why would anyone come for something so small as baby formula? But less than 30 minutes later, airport staff began whispering as a sleek private jet landed again unexpectedly. Daniel Carter walked through the quiet terminal carrying a small bag from an airport pharmacy. Inside were several cans of baby formula, baby bottles, diapers, and supplies. When Emma saw him approaching, she looked confused and embarrassed. "You actually came," she whispered. Daniel gently placed the bag beside her. "No baby should go hungry," he said quietly. Emma's eyes filled with tears as she hugged her child closer. In that moment, Daniel realized something important. Out of all the billion-dollar deals he had ever made, this simple decision, to turn a plane around for a struggling mother, felt more meaningful than any business success. Stories like this remind us that small acts of kindness can create the biggest impact. If you enjoy powerful and emotional stories like this one, make sure to subscribe to the channel and stay with us for more incredible moments that prove humanity still exists in the world.